Men. What is a celebrity that most women love/adore that you can't stand? Jennifer Lopez. I can elaborate /view 200D. I never hated her when I was younger, but I knew back then there was something about her that bugged me. She just seems incredibly egotistical. She seems like the kind of person that would watch someone die instead performing CPR because she didn't want to get her pants dirty. Funny you say that, cause my sister works in movies and told me a story kinda like that. Edited below. Lizzo. Don't ever tell a woman she looks just like Lizzo. No matter how much she tells you that Lizzo is beautiful, just don't do it. The mental image of this one is cracking me up. I love Lizzo. I think she's so beautiful. Hey, I think Lizzo is beautiful too. You know, you actually look a lot like her. The F you just say to me? You are 100% right. I wonder the psychology of self-confidence. Like, is a big person more likely to get healthy if they like themselves? I mean, I'm fat. I don't think fat is visually attractive. I have a lot of trouble losing weight and have trouble motivating myself because I don't like myself. Jared Leto, or what's the name? I personally think his acting is hella overrated. He's also a horrible person and makes bad music too. He makes music. Oh. I don't have anything against Taylor Swift, but I don't get how her fans are so damn obsessive about her. It's like Beatlemania level fandom. She has been around forever, stays active and is inoffensive. She hasn't done anything to lose fans while putting out safe mom music. The people who grew up with her music are currently in their mid-30s. The sweet spot for adults with disposable income. And now they listen to her when around their own kids. Why is it so obsessive? I can't tell you, but that is the reason her fan base is so large. The most offensive part of this paragraph is saying mid-30s adults are supposed to have disposable income. What did I ever do to you? Beyoncé. I don't have anything against her, but I just don't understand how and why women worship her. She's a singer, not a saint. Her father literally killed Kelly Rowland's career to boost her daughter. Not just Kelly's, but dozens of other talented women's careers, starting with all the girls who were in a group with Beyoncé since childhood. The way he did Latavia and Letondra was just disgusting. He handed them a management deal, and when they wanted to take the deal home to have a lawyer take a look at it, he called them disloyal and fired them. Like, bruh, if you're banning 18-year-olds from having an adult look over your contract, we know it is shady. Beyoncé's dad is a crook just like her husband. I don't get either YPPL stan JZ either. She just went from one crook to another. Drake. All his music sounds the same due to his lyrics, composition, topics, and approach has never evolved. I wouldn't say I can't stand them, but Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, SZA, Doja, and Ariana have some good songs/albums, but I don't think their music is that good. Outside of Started from the Bottom, I haven't heard a Drake track that didn't sound like album filler to me. Just bland and boring. I don't see how he has any fans outside of teen girls. I bet Drake is very happy with that demographic. Cardi B. R/good Cardab songs. Glad I clicked on that. Kardashians. Can I? Ellen. F are they dumb? I have to say it. It's Ellen. I hated her since her stand-up, and her show made it even worse. Friends and family were like, oh, she's great. You just hate her because she's a lesbian. I was like, nah son. I can just tell she's a piece of shit. IDK what it was. But I could see through her fake bullshit and knew she was just a garbage human. Well, fast forward to a couple years ago. We all found out she's a scumbag, and I was never happier to tell everyone who questioned me about my opinion on that dumb bitch. I was right. Ellen is definitely the worst type of celebrity. The ones that can hide behind their status as LGBTQ+ or some sort of other trauma, but are just generally shitty people or really bad at what they do, and the majority won't acknowledge it until it's blatantly apparent. Pete Davidson comes to mind as well because of this. Pete Davidson. He either looks like he's on all the drugs, or the embodiment of all the STDs. While it sucks that his dad died during 9/11, he seems to trot that factoid like it's a party trick at every chance he gets. Frankly, seems like his fans trot it more than he does. Cardi B. She admitted to drugging men to then steal from them, and she didn't get any punishment. Yes, Beyonce. Kardashians. Taylor Swift. I've never understood this. I have friends who are D-head Swifties, and through observation I've come to understand the appeal. First, she has the foundation of writing decent every woman songs that are well produced. So you've got the solid pop star base. But the magic is that she is the greatest of all time at creating a parasocial relationship with her fans. She fosters obsession. They have nicknames for her, little traditions, conspiracy theories around her music, tours, even her merch. Being a D-head fan feels like you have your own special club and language, and Taylor intentionally cultivates this. Also, it's easy to forget she's been famous and making music for 17 years. And she's really good at gaining fans, but never really losing them, for the reasons you stated. So her fan base has had a ton of time to get huge. Billie Eilish. I think her and her family are super creepy, especially considering they let their 16-year-old sing songs about being on her knees and seducing someone's dad. And then thousands of people let their children sing those songs and no one batted an eye. It's fucked up and weird. My sisters love Taylor Swift. I don't get it. Like, I don't hate her or anything, but I just don't get the hype. I listened to her music a few times. Hated it. I have liked other similar style songs. So yeah, just her. I don't understand. Chris Brown. Dude is an awful human being, yet somehow is able to just keep being famous and loved by legions of women. Even after we all saw what he did to one of the world's most beloved pop stars. Absolutely worst, but not as horrid as Can't I. Pete Davidson. Taylor Swift. It is not possible to earn $1 billion. This comment really made me think. And I think I get precisely what you mean, and I agree. Yeah, for those amounts of resources you gotta be doing some unethical shit. I mean, being a billionaire isn't very ethical if one single human starves to death. But I don't want to get into arguments about that. I just value living beings above material wealth. I mean, she could just be investing very smartly. None that I can really think of. I think it takes too much effort to go from dislike to can't stand some. We control so much of the media we consume. Don't really understand all you're complaining about singers. I've yet to see a single name on this list that doesn't have at least a couple bangers. Completely agree. Regarding artists, if you don't like them, change the song. Lol, people are nuts. Even if I hear a song a lot in passing, I can understand it's popular and it won't cause me to hate the person or not be able to stand them. Taylor Swift. I don't understand why she's treated like the second coming, or why she has all these conspiracy theories around her. Apparently people thought she was gay. There's a whole sub related to this theory, and they were absolutely pissed when she addressed this head on and said she wasn't gay, and speculating like she was not something she appreciated. The sub is Gay Law Swift, and it's absolutely unhinged. I sincerely dislike her and her music, but mostly her fans, and this sub is a really good example of why. Yeah, that sub showing up on the front page of r/all the other day is how I found out. Most of them are as bad as the stupid Q people with their theories. The only conspiracy theory we need for Taylor Swift was whether or not she was a 4chaner. https://imga.com/kntfear. Billie Eilish. Don't understand the attraction she has from women. Tom Cruise. I hear so much about him being so attractive or such a great actor, which honestly, he isn't. And for some reason, it excuses him from being a narcissistic Scientology peddler. Maybe if this was 20 years ago. I'm not sure how many women nowadays think so positively about Tom Cruise. I thought the hype was gone after the upteenth Mission Impossible had a lukewarm reception. But after the Top Gun, Maverick, I saw tons of posts and comments on social media about how incredible he was all over again. I mean, Scientology aside, it takes a hell of a lot of dedication to pull those stunts. Even if they are not the real deal, he still pushed enough to convince the cast to get in F-18s and film the cockpit scenes enduring somewhat high G-forces, high for a civilian, to make the thing look realistic enough. I'm a big airplane enjoyer. That film was pure gold. It even had a bit of an Ace Combat feeling into it. Regarding his acting, I think it is solid enough for what his roles need. Robert Pattinson is leagues ahead of him in acting though. Pete Davidson, Drake and Ed Sheeran. Nothing against Ed Sheeran personally. He's a sweet dude, but his music being blasted 24/7 has ruined his voice and music for me. The other two are just social climbers with incredibly mediocre talent that have billions of dollars pumped into their brands. Drake lied about being a gangbanger to live, grew up in a upper middle class home in Canada. Anne Hathaway. She is every drama student I went to high school with. I keep mixing up her and Natalie Portman in my head. Can't remember who did what. In school I didn't get how they liked Bieber. He was clearly a asshole with his head up his ass. If a normal guy acted like that they would hate it. 12-16-year-old girls, not women. Miney seats and drinks Bieber. One Direction. Can't blame her. I was crazy about Backstreet Boys. The Hadid sisters. Self-important morons and they don't do anything. Really didn't wanna say this but Taylor Swift. I just don't get the hype in general. I tried listening to her re-releases, but there aren't any significant changes at all, and people are so damn overreacting to it like take it easy dude, it's not the end of the world, haha. The re-releases aren't about coming up with new modifications, but about owning the albums that were owned by the studios she signed up with earlier in her career, and from the look of it, it's first time or at least rare, as most celebs just give up their previous music, while the studios keep gaining a huge chunk of it. I think that's what the hype about. Billie Eilish. She complains about men commenting on her body and promotes the body positivity movement, but then shames men for their bodies. She's honestly such a disgusting human being. I really try to avoid the celebrity news cycle, but was curious about this and looked it up. Yeah. All I really have to say is treat others like you want to be treated. The door always goes both ways. If she's dealt with body shaming before, she should know better. Gwyneth Paltrow, Lena Dunham, Amy Schumer.